Humbleness, the quiet strength of an unburdened soul. Have you ever met someone who felt easy to be around? They weren't trying to impress you. They didn't need to one-up your stories or make themselves the center of attention. They simply were. They listened, they smiled, and being with them felt like coming home. That's what humbleness feels like, a soul that's let go of the need to prove, defend, or pretend. Recently, during an Akashic Records session, I received a message that struck me deeply. Humbleness is a true sign of an unburdened soul. This idea has been sitting with me ever since. It made me realize how much of our daily stress comes from the need to be something, successful, admired, perfect, or even just right. The message reminded me that humbleness isn't being small or meek. It's stepping out of the endless struggle to prove yourself and realizing you've been enough all along. When you're humble, it shows the world, and maybe more importantly, yourself, that you've let go of the weight of needing to be better. You don't carry the burden of needing constant validation or comparison. That's why humbleness feels so light. It's not being perfect or pretending life has been easy. In fact, humble people often carry deep stories, but they've learned to put down the emotional baggage that comes with it. They don't let their mistakes or achievements define them. They see both as just part of the ride. Humbleness is magnetic. People feel safe around a soul that's unburdened. Think about it. If you're in a conversation with someone who's secure in themselves, it's like a breath of fresh air. This kind of energy is contagious. It gives others permission to drop their walls and be real too. You don't need to have it all figured out to embrace humbleness. It's not suddenly becoming this enlightened, peaceful person. Spoiler, none of us are. It's more about small shifts, ways to stop carrying things that make you feel heavy. Here are a few ways to lighten the load. Are you always telling yourself you're not enough? Or maybe the opposite, you've got to be the best to matter. These stories can weigh you down. Start questioning them. What would life feel like if you didn't have to carry those thoughts? Humble souls are great listeners. When you're in a conversation, try focusing all your attention on the other person. Not to respond, but just to hear them. You'll be amazed at how it shifts your energy. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't need the fancy title, the perfect body, or the Instagram-worthy life to be valuable. When you let go of proving, you free yourself to just be. Humble people don't let praise inflate their egos or let criticism destroy their spirit. They know neither defines them. Try this. The next time someone compliments or critiques you, just say, "Thank you," and let it land softly without attaching to it. It's okay to mess up. Owning your mistakes is a superpower. It shows you're human and unafraid to learn. The message I received from the Akashic Records made me look at humbleness as a kind of freedom. It's not something you achieve or perfect. It's something you ease into. It's what happens when you stop carrying the weight of needing to be more or less than who you already are. When you let yourself rest in your own enoughness, you make space for connection, growth, and peace. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find yourself feeling a little lighter too. So, the next time you feel the urge to prove something or hold on to an old story about yourself, pause, take a breath, and remember, a humble soul isn't burdened by the need to be more, it simply is. The Akashic Records reminded me of this truth. Maybe it's a reminder for you too.